Hello, cinema peeps!
Hello!
Hey Cinema Peeps, welcome back to another Talkie Tuesday. Hey Cinema Peeps!
Hey Cinema Peeps, welcome to another episode of Talkie Tuesday.
Hello Cinema Peeps!
Hello!
Will I
Off
ever
to a
not...
great start.
Right? Will I ever not start a podcast yawning? Probably never.
2023 goals, New Year's resolution.
2023, baby. God. Oh yeah, I guess it's already December. Oh my God.
I know.
Kendra, I can't fucking think about it right now. This is just...
It's like, it's weird. It's like every second month seems to fly by, and then there's the following month just drags, and it's just like this like constant back and forth, and then you're at the end of the year, you're just like out of breath and tired and sore, but also just confused and sad and like, what happened?
And I just want some chocolate and cookies, please.
Exactly, yes.
I would just like some chocolate and cookies, please, and take you.
Chocolate,
Please,
hot chocolate.
Oh, nice. I already had my tea today, so.
Your winter Earl Grey.
Yeah, I don't know what qualifies it as winter Earl Grey, but tasted fine.
It's got some sort of white cream in it.
Apparently, with some peppers.
Some peppercorn.
So, yeah, I was like, damn, you fancy. You fancy.
Very fancy. Wonder if... Do you like eggnog? No? Okay.
I think I had it once, and I was like, absolutely not.
Yeah, I never used to be a fan of it, and then I remember when I worked at David's Tea, they were selling tea lattes, but they were making they were foaming up, instead of the milk, it was eggnog, and so they would, like, incorporate it into some of the Christmas teas that were being sold that year, and it was really, really good. So someone made me a cardamom tea latte. I can't remember what the official name was, but they did it with eggnog, and it was delicious, and then I liked eggnog.
I also heard someone say eggnog's better with the alcohol. And I was like, well, that's bad.
All right, that just seems like a disaster waiting to happen.
No, it's not good unless you get a little alcohol in there.
Yeah. But then a little becomes a lot. And then suddenly you're just, it's not pretty.
Face in the snow, making snow angels drunk.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about you. I watched one Hallmark Christmas movie. Oh, God. And I mostly played a lot of video games.
Nice. Excellent.
We did a Save Everybody in the Quarry, and we finally finished The Devil in Me.
Ooh, yay.
Got lots to talk about.
Yes, you'll have to give us your official review and impression of it.
Absolutely. Should I do that right now?
Yes, let's dive into it.
Okay, Devil in Me, holy ballsack. Scariest game in the whole Dark Pictures Anthology, hands down.
Really?
Oh, God, it was so creepy, Kendra. It was so creepy.
Oh, my God.
And we were all super jumpy, so that did not help. One of my friends, fucking Christ, he hung up, our elliptical was behind the couch, and he hung up his jacket like on the elliptical.
Yeah.
So it kind of looked like there was a person behind us. And of course, the entire time in the game, there's like these mannequins that move. And at one point, there's a person you think is a mannequin, but it's not a mannequin. So then I'd look behind me and be like, ah! It's a fucking jacket! Twice.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
It was so spooky. It was, Kendra, it is the spookiest game ever.
Oh, my God. I'm going to have to watch a playthrough of it or something.
Mm-hmm. Or you're going to have to play with us.
Or, yes, that too. I would love to play with you, yes.
Right. So for everyone else, the synopsis is that you are a documentary crew that gets mysteriously invited to come to this island where supposedly a relative of the estate who built this, like, replica of the murder castle, which is actually a real thing. That happened in Chicago by someone by the name of H.H. Holmes.
Ooh.
America's first serial killer.
Ah.
But that's not what his actual name. That's one of his aliases that he goes by. Most common alias. But yeah, I guess back in, what was it, 1883? Not positive on that date there. But basically when the World's Fair started, he built this hotel and called it the World's Fair Hotel. So people thought it was associated with the World's Fair. He bought ads. People would come, and then he made like trap rooms and killed people in the hotel.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Creepy.
You're right? Yeah.
Like, ooh. So yeah, supposedly as the documentary crew in the present time, you're going to this crazed, I guess, relative who has recreated the murder castle on this reclused island.
Oh, okay.
Because you're doing like a documentary about it, and then things go astray.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, it is. Oh. Like, I know, like, I'm an person that gets easily jumped, but like this game is genuinely so scary.
Yeah. Ooh.
But at the same time, like, it's good. It's good. I think out of all the Dark Pictures, this is the best.
Really?
This one's the best one.
Oh, interesting. Because I will say, like, I mean, considering Until Dawn was the first of its kind that I have ever played, I found that to be very jumpy. And then playing the other ones were fun, but I didn't find I was quite as jumpy as I was playing the first one. So I'm excited to play and or watch someone play this.
This one's jumpy for sure.
Ooh.
There's definitely a bunch of scares that one of my friends who's like, I would say like she's into horror, but she definitely doesn't get scared as easily. Made her jump, and she was like, "Oh, that genuinely scared me! Like, holy shit!" There's
Nice.
And I was very sad. I killed my character very early on, so
Oh,
I
no.
didn't get to play for a good chunk of the game.
Oh no!
But I was happy to sit back and enjoy and help everybody else make choices to keep
nice.
our party alive.
That's good. Was there any new what's the word I'm looking for? Any new like
gameplay mechanics?
yeah, you know, like the things that they make you do and stuff like that compared to the other ones?
Yeah, so you get this new inventory system. So certain characters have certain items that give them abilities.
Ooh.
Granted, I thought like that would be more intricate, but really it's very situational and really just for like the chapters your characters are there. But I guess in the same sense, like if you keep them alive long enough you can do these things, but it just felt like it was very, the game made it feel like there's gonna be like maybe opportunities to go back maybe, and you're like, oh, I'm this character right now, but if I come back as this character I can use their item to do whatever, but that never really happened a whole lot in the game. So
Okay.
but still, it was very cool. So each character had their own abilities, although one of the main characters, Kate's, her ability was like pencil. And you're like, huh? Because there'd be like documents and you'd like shell shade it.
Oh yeah.
So you could see like the words that were originally printed on the previous piece of paper kind of thing. It was just so funny when they're like, wow, this is her special ability. We're like, cool. And then my character has asthma, so that was one of her special items was her inhaler. We're like, yeah.
It's like in Jumanji Next Level, his weakness is cake.
Yes.
He's like, why is it
what
cake?
are you doing? But yeah, their run button is insane. You can actually run.
Oh, really?
Which was very jarring at first, because normally like there's like a little speed up, but this one they started running and we're like, whoa, slow the fuck down.
Damn.
What the hell? And there's a different like hiding mechanic. There's no like, there's a couple of the like the breathing ones where you have to press the X button to like match the heartbeats. But yeah, just kind of a couple of those changes that, you know, I wouldn't say like made the game any more unique than any of the other ones, but just kind of gave you more stuff to do and more of an incentive to explore.
Okay, cool.
Which I say is very important in this game. You get to get all the clues.
Nice.
Yeah, by the end it was like, and it comes like this huge climax at the end with like a boat fight, and it's without spoiling too much, like it's just, it was intense. I
Yeah?
would say the game is intense, and it was good. I really, really liked it.
Nice.
I'm already excited to like jump in and try to play again, keep everyone alive.
Who was was there any notable actors in this game?
So on the cover, there's the kind of the main. Well, I say main girl, but her name is Kate Wilder, and she's just like part of the documentary crew. She's like the talent in a way.
Okay.
So we assume she would be the main character, but you play more as the director, Charlie.
Okay.
She's from Game of Thrones, apparently. So.
Oh.
Yeah, which I keep looking at his ID profile, but I can't nail his face to like who it is. But...
Oh, I'm gonna look. I want to find out.
Yeah, I gotta Google. Start Google.
Okay, I know who this guy is. Okay, yeah, he wasn't like, from that I can recall, he wasn't like a huge. Oh no! Wait, hold on. Yes, he was. No, he was in
Who are you?
the Brotherhood of the Men with No Names or Banners or whatever they're called. Brotherhood Without Banners. Yeah, I believe that's where he's from Game of Thrones.
But yeah, he plays the you work for Lana Entertainment, which is his company, and he's the director.
Okay.
Of the documentary crew, and he can be an asshole.
Really?
He is we're doing this for the show. I want my shot this way, and all this crazy stuff. And he, of course, in the beginning of the game, right, they are talking about their season, and he's like, oh, this guy Dumet called me up, and he said he has this whole, like, he inherited this place from a crazed relative who was, like, really into H.H. Holmes, so he has artifacts and, like, recreated the hotel. And Kate's like, so you verified all this, or like you, like maybe looked into it a little more? And he's like, no. And you're like, oh boy. And maybe it's more unique depending on how your playthrough goes, but ours, he like literally through like almost I'd say half the game was like in denial.
Oh really?
He's like, Dumet's here, even though one of the characters like, I saw that man run away from the island. He went on the ferry that brought us here, and he pieced the fuck out. And he's like, that doesn't seem right. And then one of the characters goes missing, and he goes, I'm sure she'll just turn up. Let's just keep shooting. And everyone else is like, I'm sorry, she was screaming in a closet in a locked room, and now she's gone?
Yeah.
What? So it was like very kind of psycho director vibes. So I am wondering, because there is an achievement where... I can't remember what that achievement is called, but it's like Charlie's accused and the group doesn't believe him, because there's a clue you find later on where, because this guy, the serial killer is just into like a whole bunch of stuff. He's like obsessed with murderers. As you find more clues, like they're connected to other serial killers.
Oh, okay.
And so there's this point where you find there's a lot of tape recorders, and so there's one you find where he has stitched Charlie saying that he'll bring his crew to the island to get murdered.
Oh.
So I'm guessing if you play as an uber dick, if you have people alive, maybe they turn against him.
Oh.
And he gets killed maybe that way. Maybe you kill him. So I'm already excited to replay and like try to see all the other like possibilities, because we missed a couple segments because I killed my character. Rip Aaron, I'm so sorry. I promised, I was like, I will get you killed, baby girl, and I got her murdered.
Oh man.
But in my defense, okay, you're in a room locked, and then a strange man shows up with your inhaler. Do you take the inhaler or do you attack him?
Yeah.
My money was to attack him, which was the wrong option.
Oh.
I was like, I'm not accepting my inhaler from this psychopath.
Yeah, what if he laced it with something?
That was my thought. I was like, it's poison. It's poison. But apparently, no, you're supposed to accept it.
Really? Like, I guess, unless he's, like, forcing you to have to take it right in front of him, I guess you could just take it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to start working on that and figure that out. And I'll report back later and see how it goes. Oh, and then, rip, You find this dog on the island.
Oh no.
And yeah.
Oh no.
I'll never let you forget, Derek. You killed the dog.
Oh no.
But apparently, well, at least the options we chose. If we didn't kill the dog, we would have died.
Oh.
But still, it was very sad. We all were like, don't kill the dog. And then he was like, shit, I'm sorry. To like press the button and killed the poor puppy.
Oh, rest in peace.
I know. So I was already, literally after the game, I was like, can we save the dog and everybody else? I was already like trying to figure out everything. I'm like, come on, man.
Like, we
to
can't kill the dog.
I know. Dog's so sweet. But, yar. So yeah, there's still a couple clues. I think we mostly have the mystery pieced together though, but there's like a couple things I'm a little confused on.
Okay.
But I'm noticing with like the Quarry and this game, they seem to be really expanding their stories.
Wow.
And making them so complex. Like you find so many documents in this game because, right, the idea is that he built this castle. Well, this guy recreated the castle, and there's been many people who have come to it and presumably have been murdered.
Mm-hmm.
So you find a lot of documents with people's names, but like there is like a connection. So there's a lot to keep up with. So
okay.
And kind of the same with the Quarry. Like there's a lot of things you need to like make sure you're really reading. I don't remember if I mentioned this before, but in the Quarry you have to find these tarot cards.
Mm-hmm.
And so instead of like, you know, when you would go to the curator and he'd be like, hey, do you want a hint? So in the Quarry, you have to find these tarot cards, and at the end of each chapter, she can show you a vision of a possible future with depending on what tarot card you pick.
Oh, interesting.
All right, so if you don't find any, you don't get anything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And then we found a special tarot card where she has like a meltdown, and then you get a special scene with her.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
A special cutscene. But yeah, it's really important to read that one and then another tarot card in terms of the story.
Okay.
Again, to like really flesh out the story. So that's what I've just noticed in these last two games is like they're really trying to flesh it out and make it more complex.
Interesting. Cool.
Which I am very excited about. But then because we didn't get all the clues, I'm like, I have to go back now. Gotta get it all. Gotta get it all. Gotta get it all.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, it's very... I can't wait. I want to play it with you. I want you to experience it because I feel you really will like it.
Yes. Well, yes. I'll have to come down so we can play it for sure.
Yes. 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 Oh. But yeah, I did watch one Hallmark Christmas film.
Okay.
And it was it was one of those ones that has a name, but then and other promotional things it's named something else.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, why do you people do this?
Yeah.
So this one was called, the original title is The Ghosts of Christmas Always.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
But I guess it also is called The Ghosts of Christmas. And that was the one we looked up, and I was like, this looks spooky. I don't get it. Has the Pretty Little Liars guy. And so this is wild to me. So because the synopsis I remember didn't really have much to go on. It was just like, oh, the ghost of Christmas present is this new person, da da da.
Mm-hmm.
It is literally spirited.
Really?
And I was like, how? In the same year, is there two very similar films with this presence?
I mean, it's happened before.
Wild.
It's happened before, but
that's true. It's wild.
Yeah.
I'm
Wow.
like, what? Because it's the same thing. She's like, oh, I'm going to my old stomping grounds. She doesn't remember how she died. And then Ian Hartling's character goes, oh, hi, can I help you? And she's like, how can you see me? And I was like, what the fuck? I say the only difference is that they hook up at the end. So instead of Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds.
Instead of becoming bros.
Yeah, they just hook up and make out.
Wow, all right.
It was so weird.
So weird.
So then, of course, I was enticed then to continue watching. Yeah. I was like, what?
So it's basically, yeah, just minus, or was there musical numbers in this one?
Yeah, there was no musical numbers. No.
Oh, yeah, no.
I'd say also the slight difference is that they're assigned to haunt Ian Hartling's character. And as they're, like, doing the haunt, they're like, huh, this guy's actually, like, good. Or at least, like, he tries to do the right thing. So the ghosts are like, so why are we haunting him?
Yeah.
So that kind of what, like, pulls you in. And then there's this whole thing where the director, whoever assigns the cases, is like, yeah, so you completed your haunt of Patrick, what's his nuts? And they're like, no, Robert. No, Patrick. And so they're supposed to do his dad, which I mean is very obvious when you go to like through his eyes. You're like, yeah, his dad seems like he probably needs it more.
Yeah.
And then the ghost is like, ooh, I'm so sorry. And it's like a total like HR moment if you've ever had like a job where the boss is like, yeah, sorry. So even though it's our screw up, you have to
take the blame for it.
You have to fix it. And they're like, okay. And then you only have like 6 hours. And they're like, okay, I think we can do this. And they're like, oh, but he can't see you. So because you're still assigned to his son, you have to get his son to do. And they're like, what? I was like, damn, I've been in that scenario too many times.
Oh my god.
Hey, it's our screw up, but you have to fix it. And they're like, who knows? Maybe the whole timeline and everything will explode. And they're like, what? Like, well, we've never had not successful haunt. So, yeah, get out there, figure it out.
Wow.
It's so weird.
Wow.
So weird. I mean, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
No?
I think really I enjoyed The Ghost of Christmas Past because she was an old Asian woman who's like, time to go drinking! And I was like, me too!
Yeah.
Let's fucking do it! It's so weird. And then I felt bad because The Ghost of Christmas Future just sat there and was like, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be! And I was like, what a dick.
Wow.
They're like,
He's
hey,
like,
we
I
need
just
help.
sit and point. That's all I do. I don't care. It's not my problem.
Right? And he's like, fuck it. But yeah, then well, I don't know. How much do you care if I spoil the film for you?
Go for it.
So there's this whole thing where they like own a grocery store, but then his grandfather opens up like a food bank that gets demolished. Mm-hmm. So Ian Hartling's character still tries to go out and give food or meals out to families when he can. But then you find out that the ghost of Christmas present, Catherine, that she was friends with his grandfather and grandmother. In fact, their grandmother was her best friend. And that she died on Christmas Eve because she was trying to give blankets and food to like some children and she gets hit by a car. So then the newlyweds go, hey, we're going to open up this food bank in her honor called the Angel Wing whatever. So she finds out that this whole thing was opened was for her because her friends were honoring her memory.
Aww.
And so then they kind of reopen it again, but then I don't know why this was important, they renamed it so it was like, oh yeah, it was for my grandma instead of Catherine because now she's alive and not a ghost, so she can hook up with Ian Hart. Listen, the theme this year is ghosts coming back and fucking people. Like, I know I was complaining about, like, the prince scenario, like, the Christmas princes, but now we got ghosts fucking.
Yeah,
so somebody...
ghost sexy time.
Yeah. There's something happening at Hallmark this year. I don't know how I feel about it.
Right?
Every year there's a weird trend. First, it's everybody's an architect. Next is everyone's going to marry to a Christmas prince. And now everybody be fucking ghosts.
Yeah, everybody's ghosts.
Everybody ghost fucking. I don't know what's happening there.
Wow.
But yeah, I think I was just blown away at the fact that I was like, wow. Spirited comes out, and then this film's almost, like, identical.
Yeah. Interesting.
Wild.
I guess, like, since they're both based off of the Charles Dickens kind of thing, I guess maybe that's the main connection, but yeah.
Maybe, but I feel Spirited, like, I think was more focused on that aspect, whereas this film just wasn't.
Yeah, it was kind of like, I'm guessing for the Hallmark movie, it was just kind of like the undertone of it.
Oh yeah.
Whereas like with Spirited, it was like, let's do a modern retelling of A Christmas Carol.
Right, like they do kind of mention it because like, oh yeah, they do say Scrooge was like the original haunt, and they're like, and then he writes a book about it and gets all the details wrong, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Even though it follows it pretty closely anyway, but you know. It's just weird.
Yeah,
It's just weird. I was going to watch other ones, but that was the one I watched. And I was like,
nice.
all right.
All right, yeah.
Sure. I'll just watch Spirited 2.0, I guess. Fine.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Spirited 2.0, that's funny.
Right.
Nice.
I feel bad. What did you watch this week? What did you watch?
Well, this week
talking like a loser.
This week I did watch a couple Hallmark movies. One was a dud. But it might fit your repertoire for your party. So I'll let you be the judge of it, but it's called A Fabled Holiday.
I did see it on TV, and I was like, "This looks stupid."
Yeah,
I was going to watch it because Lindsay String is in it.
Yeah.
Lindsay Sterling.
Sterling, yeah.
Yeah, I was literally like, "I'll watch for that part and then turn it off."
I didn't even make it to that part because I was like, "What is happening in this movie?"
Oh no!
So I'll just give you the general kind of like overview. So
I think I've seen the trailer like 500 times, and I really want to hear you.
Okay.
I want to hear you say it.
So basically, this girl owns a bookstore, and she works at a bookstore. I can't remember if she owns it or not, but she runs into a guy that she knew from like her childhood or like just from when she was younger, I think it was. And they end up like connecting and stuff like that, and just kind of like, you know, talking about holidays and stuff like that. And then they're like, yeah, we should get together after Christmas. And she's like, yeah, okay, cool. And so she goes to, then he asks her like, oh, what are you doing for the holidays? And she's like, oh, I've got so many plans, so busy. Yeah. And he's like, oh yeah, me too. I can't remember what he said he was doing, but so she goes home, and then you find out that she actually doesn't have any plans because like everybody else she knows has families, or like they're busy, or they're away for the holidays. And then in the process of calling one of her friends, she accidentally calls this like bed and breakfast called the Gingerbread Inn. And so the lady answers, and she's like, oh, sorry, like I was trying to call my friend. I must have dialed the wrong number. And she's like, oh, okay, well, while you're here, let me tell you, we have a special so you can stay here and this and that and the other thing. And so if you change your mind. And she's like, okay, I'm good, but thank you. And then a little bit later, she ends up like reconsidering the offer, and she goes to spend Christmas at this bed and breakfast since she has no other plans. And then when she gets there, and then I forgot to mention too, at the beginning, they kind of talk about there's her and the guy's story, and then there's like 2 or 3 other people who all have stories, and they all end up like at this bed and breakfast together. And that's kind of how it all gets conglomerated together. So she gets to the inn, and then she is meeting these other people, and then the guy who she ran into at the bookstore ends up getting like detoured to this holiday, or to this Gingerbread Inn as well. And so he comes there, and she's like, what are you doing here? And like the one guy who works there, he's like, oh, there was a detour and his car broke down inconveniently, so let me just go get your bags for you. And you're just kind of like, okay, what's going on? So then she's like, oh, well, okay, I guess we'll hang out together. That's cool. And so they go into the other room to all socialize and stuff like that. And like all the workers of the inn end up like like huddling together in the main room, and they're like, is everybody ready? Okay, do we have everything in place? No, we have to do this at this exact. And I'm like, this feels very like murder house, like cultish.
Oh
like,
my god, it's the murder castle,
literally, right? And so then later on, they end up like going, or the daughter of the people who live there are like, I want to tour you guys around. Come on. So she like takes them out back and like shows them all these things and stuff like that, and takes you to like this little it's like a hot chocolate stand where they blindfold you and make you taste different flavors of hot chocolate. So already you're like, okay, yeah, right?
Okay, so people who are not gonna get murdered
Yeah.
at the Gingerbread Inn,
Yeah. Okay.
are going to taste hot chocolate that's
Blindfolded.
not human flesh.
Yes, that's not human
Why
flesh.
blindfolded? Like I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. I just think that's such a sexual thing. I would just never.
There was
want
a
to do
lot of
that.
suggestive shit in this movie. I'll just say that. So like they're at the hot chocolate tasting, and the other couple that's with them, the lady she mentions that she has having a hard time getting the presents that the family is trying to send to them over Christmas because they can't find the address to this place that they're staying, this gingerbread inn. And so the main couple look at them and go, well, maybe it's its own like community. Maybe it's its own little thing. And I'm like, this is giving me cult vibes. Like, I kept looking back at my mom. I'm like, what is happening here?
What's that? Like the Midsummer.
Yeah, exactly. Like Midsummer. Yeah. And there's like this really like miserable, creepy old woman, and they're all just like a little too perky and happy. And of course the main girl is buying into it like crazy because she's obsessed with fairy tales and books and stuff like that. So she's like, oh, it's so magical. It's like we're in a fairy tale. And you're just like, calm down.
And he's like, wow, you haven't changed a bit.
Exactly.
Blah,
He's
blah,
like,
blah.
he's all like bewildered by her. And I'm like, okay. At that point, I'm like, we got to shut this off. I can't. I can't do it. So I never even made it to Lindsay Sterling.
Damn.
So you're going to have to continue it on for me then.
I will. I'll try. Literally just for Lindsay.
Yeah.
That's it.
Do it for Lindsay. Yep.
Nothing else.
Nope.
Damn.
So yeah,
that's too funny.
yeah, that one was pretty ridiculous. But then I watched an actually really good one, which was called A Holiday Spectacular.
That name sounds familiar.
It was on the countdown list.
Okay.
But this one was really, really good. It features the Radio City Music Hall Rockettes.
Oh yes! Yeah. Again, I was like, oh, the Rockettes from New York. Yeah, fuck, I'll watch
Right?
it. Fuck it.
Hell yeah! So yeah,
Told you my bar's so low.
I highly recommend this one. This one was really, really good. So the
Okay,
premise
sweet.
of this one is that this young girl is she's in an arranged marriage. It's set back in like the 50s. And she's in this arranged marriage with this guy, and she's doing it to be the doting, or not the doting, the obedient daughter, the good daughter kind of thing like that. She comes from a really rich family, and so does this guy, so it's kind of like, oh, we have to do it to carry on the family stuff. And she has these dreams of dancing, but of course her family doesn't approve of that because it's not what a woman should be doing. You should be providing for your family and being, staying at home and doing, all the typical stuff that was expected of women back in the 50s, supposedly. So she and her friends are dancing in their dance class, and the one girl tells her that the Radio City Music Hall Rockettes are holding auditions for this year's Rockettes to perform in the Christmas special. And tells her, like, you should do this. And she's like, no, I can't. It would never be a thing. I can't do these things. Like, I have to be here, and my parents wouldn't approve. And she's like, well, you should at least just go and try it so that you could at least say you did, sort of thing, right? So she goes and she auditions, and she ends up getting accepted as to be a rockette. So her friends encourage her to do it, and she ends up lying to her parents and telling them, oh, I'm going to New York to go wedding shopping for things, and I'll stay with the cousin that we know who lives in New York. I'll stay with them for a couple of weeks and just go do wedding things. And so her parents are kind of like, okay, but yeah, have fun, all right. And so she ends up going to New York for a couple of weeks and performs in the Rockettes Holiday Spectacular. So you get to meet all these other women who are there with her, and then she bumps into this guy, and he's a photographer, and so she and him they start this friendship, and there's this unspoken thing between them, but they won't admit their feelings for each other until later on. But it was really
Classic.
good. Yeah, classic, right? It was a really good story. I liked it. It was very inspiring, because she was all
Nice.
just like, screw you guys, I'm gonna go follow my dreams.
Yeah, because I think it does feature the actual, well, at least according to the trailer, the actual Rockettes.
Yes.
So I'm assuming whoever the current Rockettes are.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Obviously not the ones from the 1950s. But yeah. I remember seeing that trailer. I was like, oh, that looks really cool.
Mm-hmm. It's really cute. I really enjoyed it.
Excellent. I'll give that one a go.
Yeah.
Well, I watched part of My Southern Family Christmas.
Oh, did you?
I was like, okay, kind of weird, but sure, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I watched a bit of the one because my friend was telling me it's called It's Time for Him to Come Home for Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
which I guess are books that Blake Shelton's mom wrote. She has like a whole series or something.
Oh yeah. I remember seeing that he was like a producer of it or something like that.
Yeah, he's like producer, executive producer of the. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, but damn, it got depressing real quick. I was like, oh,
it looked like it was gonna be a little sad.
Oh no, because at first like, oh, it's haha, she has to pick between her two guy friends, and then it was like Andrew's memorial. I'm like, is somebody fucking dead?
Oh no,
somebody dead. I didn't finish it, but apparently my dad recorded it, so I can watch it later.
Oh, nice.
Finish the conclusion. I'm thinking, because, the whole thing is that she gets a wrong number from someone, trying to find Maria something. And so she's, I guess, used to be an investigative reporter, so she's like, I gotta find him so I can tell her and they can be in love and blah, blah, blah. And so she's with her other guy friend. How did they say the other guy died? I think it was a car accident of some kind.
Oh, okay.
So I am wondering, this might be too deep for a Hallmark film. If the guy who left the message, maybe he killed her friend. Just because he has this huge thing where he's like, I know I've done wrong things and da 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 and all this, but he doesn't disclose.
That seems real
what.
extreme for a Hallmark movie.
I know. Wouldn't that be great?
What?
I'll let you know if I ever finish it.
You definitely. Well, I know I have two. Yeah, I think I have 2 Hallmark films left to watch that they're not out yet, but I have them set to record on my PVR. And I think one's it's either this weekend or next weekend, and it's the Christmas Class Reunion.
Yes, I think that's this week.
Yes,
I think.
And then the last one is The Holiday Sitter with our boy Jonathan.
I know. I saw the preview. I was like, back,
yeah.
Oh man, so much goodness,
Right?
so much goodness. But whew, I think for now that'll do it, for at least for today.
Yep.
But don't you bitches worry. Next week it'll be all Hallmark, baby.
Oh yeah, baby.
Every last one of it, baby.
Oh, we didn't display our sweaters. We gotta display our sweaters.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me just.
We gotta. Yeah.
My boobs are.
Okay, you go first. Yeah, we got Batman and Joker. Ooh, I like that it says it on the sleeves. That's cool. Nice. And then.
Nah. Oh, there's a little person. And then. Yay!
I like that it says da all over the.
Right. It's a nice sweater. It's a very nice sweater.
It's super warm, actually. I really like it. Super cozy.
Excellent. I'll tell the person who bought it for you that they have great taste.
Yeah.
Narcissism for the win. Yeah.
Shameless self-promotion? No, what is the shameless support? You know what I mean. Yeah.
Whatever you call it.
Shameless hyping yourself up.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I think brain slowly shutting down. I think that'll do it for today's episode. Thank you so much for listening, watching. So next week will be our season finale of this year.
Season 3 of the podcast. Yeah.
And then we'll be starting up again sometime in January. Don't remember when, but we've made that decision. I already forgot, so not important.
That'll be a New Year problem.
Yeah, New Year problem. New me, same problems. All the time. But if you like this video and like Hallmark films or video games, we did talk a lot about video games again today, leave a like down below and a comment. Have you watched any Hallmark films yet? I know you have.
Yes.
Because we said it already started in October. If you haven't started, you're very behind.
I can't believe that it started in October. Oh my god, that's just insane.
I know. Not surprised, but surprised as always.
Yeah.
And considering subscribing to 2 fantastic gals with honestly pretty dope-ass Christmas sweaters. Yeah, leave a like if you like our Christmas sweaters.
Yeah,
they are amazing.
Please, yes.
I am really tired, so it's goodbye for now. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bokey monkey.
And slap.